Our first guest tonight is a talented actor you know from the hit show Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's also the host of America's Got Talent, which airs Tuesday nights here on NBC. Please welcome back to the show our friend Terry Crews. How are you, Terry?
Hey, what's up, Seth? How you doing, man? I'm good.
I'm glad to hear it. We're very excited for the 8th and final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine to start airing. I know that you guys wrapped. I talked to Andy, who said it was emotional. You guys were saying goodbye. I know you've said goodbye before, and the show went from Fox to NBC, but how was this time, knowing it was final?
Oh, my God. First of all, there were so many tears, so many hugs. It was incredible. I mean, you have to understand, you spend more time with these castmates than you do your own family. You know, it's true. And you go, oh, my God, like, this is the connection we had. And what was so beautiful, I've been in places where things tended to fall apart. You know what I mean? Like, you're there with people and all of a sudden you're like, I don't like them anymore, But it did not happen on this show. We actually got closer and closer and better and better. And what can I say, man? I feel like, when I move across the country, I know I'm moving away and everything's different now. I'm kind of going through a little bit of a depression, a little mourning, because you have to acknowledge it. Because
Sure.
It's changed. Everything's gone. You may not work with these people again. And that's a reality. And it's really, really deep, man. Deep.
Well, I think it'll be also very emotional for the rest of us when we see the final episode. So you're a little bit in our future of having already dealt with the goodbye. You mentioned spending more time with cast than you do your family, but you have done a very smart thing, which is you and your wife wrote a book together. So you have both a relationship outside of work, and then you guys found a way to do something together. How was it collaborating?
Wow. First of all, the reason we made this book and Audible gave us a shot at doing this is because, we've been married 32 years and we didn't know what we were doing, and all I wanted, I was just like, man, if someone had told me this, my God. And you know what? We decided to be that couple for other people. It was like, if you're interested, if you really want to know what it's like, because this is the thing, with being married, it's always this fantasy is everything's got to be great. And the fantasy is everything's going to be wonderful or it's all over. And our message is that it's going to be tough. It's going to be unbelievably tough, but it's worth it. It's worth it. When you get through those tough times, you are stronger together. It's a little bit like what we've been through in this pandemic. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you hold the people who are dear to you much, much closer because you don't take things for granted. And this is the advice we really wanted to give to young couples out there because these times are coming. You know what I mean? It's like, it's totally inevitable. You're not strange, you're not alone, and you're not weird. It's just real.
Now, one of the things, I think that married couples, a lot of them at least, can be proudest of are their children. And this is really cool. Your son, Isaiah, has gone into acting. He has a role on the show Side Hustle. And here you guys are hanging out together. Now, is this something you always knew was going to happen with Isaiah, that he was going to follow in his dad's footsteps?
No, first of all, I never wanted to be that guy who, put things on my kids because my dad always wanted me to go to Army and I didn't want to go to the Army, and all he talked about was how much he wanted me to go to Army. And you feel like you disappointed him and the whole thing. And I would never put that pressure on my kids, but he really took to it. I mean, he started auditioning, and what was the hardest part? Like for 4 or 5 years, he was getting rejected. And that's part of being an actor. And it was hard to watch. It was hard to go through with him. But it was like, as long as you want to keep doing this, this is the reality. And he kept going. People think, oh my God, it's nepotism. Of course, it's Terry Crews' son. He was getting like totally rejected all the time. And finally it broke through.
Well, that's really great. And I'll tell you this, I'm glad he went into acting because this haircut would not fly in the Army. Would not for one day.
I used to have that same haircut. No, it's all gone now.
Hey, so America's Got Talent is back. This is your 3rd season hosting. You have an in-studio audience back again. For a show like that, I can imagine it just makes a massive difference.
Oh yeah. First of all, I get jealous of people who are like comedians because they get to do live shows all the time. So I decided to get my own live show. I said I'm going to host AGT so I can get this live love. And you know, we did last season in the pandemic. So what was crazy is that we didn't have a crowd, but now we had a limited audience. And then once the Dolby live shows come back, we're going to be full force, everything back, you know, 100%. And it's the best thing ever, dude. I am a 100% honey baked ham. I need that people. I need that energy, and I live. That's why I pop my pecs. That's why I do what I do, and I need it, and I can't wait to have it.
I think there are a lot of reasons you pop your pecs. Let's be honest. Now, you got to use the golden buzzer. For those who don't know, that makes an act automatically advance to the next round. Tell us, was it World Taekwondo?
Yes, the World Taekwondo demonstration team, and these guys were absolutely insane. Men, women, there were Americans, there were South Koreans, there were people from all over the world, and they put on a demonstration. Human beings actually flew across the stage. There was shrapnel flying everywhere. I was ducking and dodging the whole time, and I was thrilled. It was absolutely incredible. These guys weren't able to go to the Olympics because of COVID, but they will be at our live shows because I had to give them the golden buzzer, which was just as good as a gold medal. I like to say that.
Yeah. Now, I do want to show a clip about it. You tend to be a fairly enthusiastic person, but I felt like you kept your emotions really muted and in check here. Let's take a look.
Okay.
I will say that does look like an action movie where they're about to all attack you one by one.
I know. Well, actually, it was funny. That's just after a couple espressos. You know what I mean?
That's just normal.
You know what I mean? You should have seen me after the whole thing. It was incredible.
This is very exciting. You got a birthday coming up, end of July, and you're also getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Congratulations, Terry. That's quite an honor.
You know what? Anybody who always wanted to step on me, you can do it. This is an opportunity for anyone.
But you will find them if they do. You will track them down.
The thing, though. I got a little camera set right there. You know what I mean? But listen, man, what an honor. What can I say, man? I'm a little kid from Flint, Michigan, bro. And I'm like, to get this honor, to be there, amongst all these greats, dude, I'm in free play land every time, and it never ceases to amaze me. You know,
well, congratulations again. Love to you and your family, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, sir.
America's Got Talent airs Tuesday nights here on NBC.